Hello, welcome once again to my YouTube channel. I remain your favorite IGCSE ICT coach, Amanda Jerry. Today we'll be taking you through February March 2025 paper 3-1. We'll be looking at the spreadsheet section. So let's dive right into it. That's task 4. So you edit a spreadsheet to calculate the surface area of walls in a room. So let's open and examine the file calc.csv. So here we have our source files. Okay, I've already extracted, so we have to work with calc. So click to open calc. Alright, so while calc is opening, we have to place left aligned in the header the text, left aligned in the header the text created by, followed by a space, then your name, center number, and candidate number. So first things first, insert, go to the text group, header and footer. So in our header to the left, we type created by space Amana Jerry space, write your center number space and your candidate number. Okay, so let's look at the next step. It says we should place right aligned in the header the text created on, followed by a space. Alright, right aligned, type created on, okay, space the automated date space and then the text art, followed by a space, then the automated time. So created on date, current date, space, art, space, current time. Okay, so we're done with that. So now it says we should save this as a spreadsheet to the file name area M25 area. Okay, followed by center number, candidate number, and all. So we'll go to file, we'll go to save as, click here, and then we'll paste this, and then center number ng038 underscore 001, and then ensure you always save in the default file format for the software you are using. In our case, it's Excel workbook. And then we'll save. Alright, if you don't do that, you will not be able to save your formulas. So the next thing is to insert a new row between rows 1 and 2. Okay, so we'll click on 1. Let's convert this to normal view, and then click on row 2 and then go to insert. To usually insert the row to the row, to usually insert on the row a row above the row that you have selected. Alright, so click and then double click to open up your cells, and then it says in the row 2 enter the text all dimensions are in meters. So this is our row 2, we'll enter that text there. Okay, then next it says we should match cells A1 to B1. So highlight A1 to B1 and then match. Okay, next it says we should match cells A2 to B2, match cells A2 to B2 that way, and then format the spreadsheet to look like this. So here we have a black background and a white text. So to do that, we click on that. Our text should be white, our background should be and then we'll increase the font and then wrap the text and then drag this down a bit and then also drag this out a bit. Alright, drag this down a bit more and then click on this to place this in the center. Okay, because this is in the center. I think we should drag this out a bit more and maybe reduce the font a bit. Okay, so this looks exactly like what we have here. So this is also bold. Okay, so let's move on. It says you should place in cell B12 a validation rule to restrict data entry to only the text yes or no. So this is cell B12. Alright, to do this, we would go to data tab. So under your data validation, you click here and click that data validation. Then under allow, you click on lists. So the values we want are either a yes or a no. And then click. So this is what happens. Alright. So if you are told to take a screenshot, um, if you're told to take a screenshot, you take a screenshot of this, okay, and then paste in your evidence document. So you could either click a yes or a no. Okay, so let's move on. Data must be selected from a drop-down list and no other data must be allowed. We've done that. So the evidence, take from here. So we should delete rows 16, 17, 18, and 19. So we're deleting rows 16, 17, 18, and 19. Highlight them and then right click and delete. Okay. Next, place in cell B16 a formula to calculate the area of the ceiling. In cell B16, there should be B16, a formula to calculate the area of the ceiling, and the formula is area is equal to room length times room width. So you start every formula with equal to room length. Okay, so this is room length times room width, this, and then hit enter. Okay, so that's that. Then next up, it says we should place a formula in cell B17 to calculate the area of the walls. So here, to calculate area, this will be equal to, this will be room height times 2 times. So let's enter our room height, okay, times 2 times, we open a bracket, room height times 2 times. So in the bracket we have room length plus room width. In the bracket we have room length, this is room length plus room width. So we close the brackets, okay, then minus door height times door width, minus door height times door width, that will be minus, open a bracket, door height, this is door height times door width, so we close the bracket, okay, plus reveal depth. So we do plus reveal depth, that's your reveal depth, and multiplied by, we open another bracket and do 2 times door height plus door width, 2 multiplied by door height, this is door height, okay, plus door width, door width, this, and then you close the brackets. Okay, so I think that's all for that formula. So if you're done with that formula, you can hit enter. So we have this value there. Now the question now says if a window is present, that's to say that if the value of cell B12 is yes. Alright, if a window is present, alright, because this shows does it have window? Yes. Then add this. If it has windows, add this to the area of the walls within the same formula. But then if it is no, then it should be this. But because it is yes, we are going to be adding this value. Okay, so now we're going to be using the if function. So first of all, I like to put this in a bracket on its own, so it stands alone, and then I can now include my if function and open a bracket for my if function. I'll now say if this is equal to speech quotes, sorry, this is equal to speech quotes, yes. Alright, if this is equal to this, then the value if true will be this plus that additional formula, and else it should be this formula. So I'll just copy this and have it as standby, and then we would create the additional formula here, open a bracket for that, and say review plus reveal depth. Okay, so this will be reveal depth, which is this, and multiplied by reveal depth multiplied by, open a bracket and say 2 multiplied by window height plus window width. 2 multiplied by, sorry, let me show, okay, window height, that will be window height plus window width. Okay, so close the bracket and do negative minus window height times window width. Is that the window height times window width. Okay, so window height divided by window width. Yeah. So close the bracket then. Alright, so remember we opened this bracket here, so we need to close that bracket. So all of this is in one bracket. So now I would want to, since we'll be doing a comma at the end here, I would like to open a bracket here, and then close same bracket and do comma. Alright, to separate this from this. Okay, the value if, just pasted the value if false, if not, if b12 is no. So let's close all our brackets. So we have a white bracket here, and this also white, so that covers it. So we click enter. Alright, so this is the value you get if it is true, and this is also the value you get if no. Now the reason why you're getting the same value from no is because your window height is 0 and window width is 0. If you change this to say 5, okay, and 7, okay, so if this is yes, this is what you get. This is no, this is what you get. Alright, so this works perfectly. Alright, so then we'll go ahead with the printing. Print your spreadsheet to show in the formula. Make sure that the printout is in landscape. Row and column headings are displayed. Alright, so you go to formulas, show formulas, okay, print, go to print, page setup, sheet, row and column headings are displayed, and ensure it is A4 and then landscape. Okay, Okay, content of our spreadsheet printout isn't completely visible. So what we'll do next is let's go back home. Click here to select all the cells, then double click so that everything opens up like this. So you can see all the contents of your cells. You can go back to file, go to print, landscape A4. One column headings are showing. This is not fitting into a page, so let's fit all columns into a single page. Okay, so there you are. So you can now print, print. Okay, so 7th 2025 February March 3-1. So let's call this print out 1. Okay, so let's go back to our question. It says you should print your spreadsheet showing the values. Make sure that the printout fits on a single page. This time around, showing the values. Printout is in portrait orientation. Row and column headings are not displayed. Okay, so right now we just want to print the values. Okay, without the formula, so you can click and double click to close up. All right, this isn't showing, so we can expand this some more. All right, so this is fine. Secondly, we'll go to file, go to print. This time around we're printing in portrait, page setup, sheet. We don't want the row and column headings to show. Okay, see print fit on a single page. Printout is portrait, row and column headings are not displayed. All this contents of the cell are visible. So this does it for me. So let's print out and call this printout 2. Okay, all right, so I think with this we've come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for your time and your patience. If you did enjoy this content, I would like you to like, share and subscribe so that others can view and so that we can also create more content like this for you. Thank you and have a good time preparing for your exams.